everyone, today I'll be reviewing this new Korean drama dropped on Netflix called Juvenile Justice. Yes, after Hellbound, after My Name, Squid Game. One more K-drama is here with which centers around juvenile justice, and in the show, this show mainly centers around, I will say, these two characters. One is Judge, what was her name? Sim Yu Suk and Cha Ta Zhao. So this show centers around mainly around these two characters, and the lady who's like the juvenile judge. She believes this, like this show even starts with, she says like she hates all this juvenile criminal. I guess I would just call them this teenager criminal because she thinks that they commit a crime and they get away with it. So and on other hand, we have this guy who believes like this judge should talk to this criminal with respect because they deserve respect from her. Although this judge who's very tough, and like everybody knows around her she is tough, she's always maximum sentence to all her I guess all criminal come to her judge. So yeah, everybody knows her reputation, and yet this case was appointment to her. So we see like why she was appointment to this case and how she, I guess I actually don't know in real life if judge is allowed to go and investigate, because this judge, they need to look after all this juvenile case and things. So she does in this show some of the stuff. I was like, oh, is judge should be doing all this? But the reason was explained, so I understand why she was doing it. And there's a huge backstory around her, so you understand why she was doing all the things. And in this show, actually, some of the part is, although this show like deals with such a heavy subject matter, all this juvenile crime. Even in the episode 1, we see the most hateful crime ever. Even this people are, even her, like all of these people are ready to sentence this boy who is committed this heinous crime in the show. And yet we see this judge, she tried to find out what is behind this, who is the real criminal in this. I guess in the first episode we see, and there is a huge twist around there, and she tried to investigate other like case come to her. The show is very slow burn watch. Like this show has 10 episodes, so sometimes it does feel like the show drags a lot. But I will say what keeps the audience attention in this show is the acting from both of these actors. It's so good. Both of them are so good in this show. Especially what I found personally very fascinating is this like the center judge. She's so strict, but the other one who believes in like all this kid should get proper justice. So both of these characters, they're opposite from each other, and how they bring all this thing to justice. It was a quite interesting watch. At the same time, sometimes this show does bring you very like sensitive subject matter when you are watching. You're like, ooh, especially some of these crimes are really so heinous, and these kids, they should be punished. Personally, when you watch it, you should feel like, oh, but justice isn't always straight line, and when you watch it, you will see. And this, this judge, I must say, her character is so layered. Of course, at first you see her, she's so strict, then we learn more about her, and the length she goes to punish people right is like, that is the meat of the show, I would say. Obviously, this show, you have to be really patient with it, and I found it very engaging, honestly. Normally, I don't like this kind of crime drama. It can get very, like, especially this one is like, it is about juvenile crime, and, this teenager, should they be treated as a kid or should they be treated as an adult? The show deal with that. I would say very nicely. This show does explain to you all the plot details. Again, I never seen any juvenile justice type of show. So for me, I was like, ooh, bring it on. It's really very interesting watch. For me, I found it personally. It means everybody gonna like this show. Yeah, some people might find this show to be very draggy. I personally found it very fascinating. Again, some of the subject matter this show brings you, it's really very hard to watch. I was like, ooh, especially when you see this kid's mom, and like one scene is so good in this, the judge lady say, have you talked to the victim's mom? Because 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 these kids are coming to trial. Often we don't think about the other victims' parents, what they are going through. This show try to again show you both side of the story. I found it very fascinating watch for me, and that was my thought on this show. Definitely, I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it's a really good show, although it has 10 episodes. So it takes you a lot of patience to go through it. I found it very interesting. And that's my thought on this show. Let me know in the comment what do you think about this show, and if you enjoyed this review, don't forget my other reviews on other Korean drama on my playlist, Netflix series review. And if you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.